welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over another series review, the Lady Helen series by Alison Goodman. It starts with the Dark Days Club, then the Dark Days Pact, and the Dark Days Deceit. First two books I gave 5 stars, and then the third book I gave 4 stars. Basically, this book series follows Lady Helen as she starts her debut in society during the Regency era. She also finds out that she is not only a female, but a direct inheritor of something called a reclaimer. Basically, reclaimers are people with special powers to subdue and even destroy deceivers. Deceivers are creatures who will leech off the energy of other people, usually in the, sexually or through violence or any kinds of means like that. And so she begins her tutelage under a man named Lord Carlston, who has a bit of a scandal to his name, but that doesn't seem to bother anyone really, except for the Duke of Selburne, who has an old grudge against Lord Carlston for stealing the woman that he loved. So he heavily goes after Lady Helen in hopes of wooing her and eventually marrying her. I really enjoyed this book series. There's a lot of really good sexual tension between Carlston and Lady Helen. Goodman has this ability to insert a lot of knowledge of this era in terms of society and societal rules, and the fact that Lady Helen is beholden to a lot of those rules. It's a really, really good series. Those books are hefty though. I really liked this book series. And then we get to the last 35 pages of the last book, and I was so disappointed with the ending because, spoiler alert, it turns out that the Duke of Selburne is actually a deceiver, and he is one half of the Grand Deceiver, because in this story there is this great beast called the Grand Deceiver, and it's 2 deceivers, 2 truly magnificent deceivers, who will be vanquished by the Grand Reclaimer, which is Carlston and Lady Helen. I had been hoping the entire time, and what I got the entire time from this series, is that the Duke, his motivations for wanting Lady Helen were the fact that Carlston wanted her. And so he pursued Helen because Carlston wanted her. So all his affections never seemed genuine because it was always about one-upping Carlston. And then when they had to get engaged because she was found alone with him on the road and her reputation would have been ruined, they had to get engaged and potentially married and actually... Anyway, I was hoping this was all because he was a product of his time. You know, they even talk about husbandly rights and things like that. I was here for it. And then it turns out he just wanted Lady Helen because he's one half the Grand Deceiver. Just wants her because she'll be able to open a portal into his world and da-da-da-da. And it was such a letdown. And then when Carlston and Helen get together, it is literally the last page of the book. There's no, in my opinion, a satisfactory ending for the two of them, other than it's yep, they'll get together, it's good, all is well. And I'm just that's not enough. I didn't come for crumbs, okay? I came for a feast, and you've denied me. You gave me all-you-can-eat bread, and it's filling, but it's not enough. And this isn't the first time a series has done this to me. I can't think of another one off the top of my head right now, but I know there have been other series where it's yeah, this is really, really great, and then it's really, really sad because it didn't disappoint you in the last 25 or 50 pages. This is a great quartet, this is a great triplicate, and then all of a sudden you're just can this book be a pallbearer at my funeral? I want it to let me down one last time. Even still, it was an excellent series, so I would highly recommend giving the Lady Helen series a shot, or the Dark Days Club series, whatever you want to call it, but I recommend that you give it a shot. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this gave you some insight into whether or not you might want to read this series, and I'll see you next time.